So what happens when your soul is sent to hell? And you make a deal with a demon so you can come back and see your wife again. Doesn't sound like a good recipe. Let's talk about Spawn. Let's see what we've got. Hello beautiful geeks, how is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, evening, afternoon, bathroom break, you know the deal. Welcome to Comic Book Quickie, the only place where in your resume we need to see quick and done in order for you to get in. Welcome guys, this is Lewis coming to you through the power of the Geek Fortress and a YouTube for this new Comic Book Quickie. This is going to be our Season 1 finale of Comic Book Quickie. So, last episode of Season 1, so we chose Mr. Spawn. So let's get right to it. Good old Spawn was created by Todd McFarlane, and he had his first appearance in Spawn number 1, that is May of 1992. One of our young heroes, if you consider it. Some of us were 2, some of us were 5, but relatively new, you know? He just came out in May of 1992, published by Image Comics. So when this movie came out, not a movie, we'll get to that eventually. When this game came out, not a game either, just kidding. When this comic book came out, it was one of those new ideas for a superhero that had not really been done before. Or maybe if it hadn't taken it to this level. Although there was a really good game for the PS2 called Spawn Apocalypse, I believe. It was cool. It was awesome. His real name is Albert Francis Simmons, or for close or short, Al Simmons. He was a lieutenant colonel at the U.S. Marine Corps. So he wasn't just any guy. This guy had military background, such as the Punisher and whatnot. But he didn't get as lucky as the Punisher. I mean, the Punisher got his family killed, but I think this guy got it a little worse, maybe equally bad. I don't know. This guy was a really highly trained operations man, and he was a forge-wrecking Marine. What made him the best toward the end of his living career was the fact that he saved the President of the United States from an attempted assassination. So for that, he was promoted to a higher level of the U.S. Marine Corps, and almost, maybe not the Marine Corps, because he got out of that, but it was a branch working for the CIA. So he started working for the CIA and a branch of the Black Ops, if you would. I don't know military that much, so forgive me, but he was in the CIA, which I'm sure covers most of all of those, or it's under the umbrella because they probably control the rest of the force, kind of like the president. But in any case, he gets promoted to this, and once he's there, he begins to see that these people are doing things very sketchily. He doesn't like it. So he starts questioning their methods about what they're doing, and that's no bueno, because once he starts questioning the morality of what the agency is doing, people start to hate him. No bueno. Al Simmons started getting his nose involved when it shouldn't have been. He started asking questions, questioning his orders. So the director of this unit, named Jason Wynn, who's actually one of the bad guys in this series, he orders for his assassination. Now, the worst part is that he contracts his partner and co-worker, Al's partner and co-worker, Bruce Stinson, which has the codename Chapel. So, Chapel sends Al to church, in a way. He does the dirty job via explosion. Al's soul is sent to hell because of all the things he did knowingly while being in the agency. He started questioning too late, so down to hell for all the bad things you did, my good sir. That burns. Once he made it downstairs, good old Simmons made a deal with an evil a demon if you will, known as Malevolia. In exchange for his soul, he would get to see his wife Wanda one more time. As I said before, not a really good idea, because he sends him back, and the whole deal was to be sent back as a hell spawn. Roll credits, right? However, demons are tricky sons of bitches. You know, anybody who's watched Supernatural should know that. But in any case, he gets returned back to Earth, to the human world, if you will. But 5 years have passed. 5 whole years. And he returns and he has little memory of his former life. And he's highly disfigured. So he's basically, his face is gone. He looks like Deadpool on steroids, if you want to think of it like that. So he goes back, and the only good thing he discovers is that he has cool magical powers and a cape that can do cool stuff. And chains. He does regain his memories eventually, just to find out that his wife had moved on and married his best friend, Terry Fitzgerald. Now, that is just low blow in the spawn balls. Yeah, that's harsh. Not only that, but they had a little daughter as well named Sion. So, married 5 years later with a new child. More punch in the huevos. But no worries, there's a silver lining to this. Mr. Good Owl Spawn shapeshifts his body, but chooses to take the form of Mr. Good Old Terry, and decides to sleep with Wanda while shapeshifted as Terry. And then she gets pregnant, and that's just wrong, bro. Unknowingly, this sets in motion a prophecy that states about the child that will decide the fate of reality. So without knowing, he impregnated his former wife, and she's gonna have the child who's going to decide if we live or die. Good job! Spawn's body, it's really dense. It weighs over 450 pounds. That's right. It's composed completely of necroplasm, which is basically what he was given when he put on the Hellspawn suit. Now, he has superhuman strength, he has speed and ability, he has a cape that can shapeshift into mostly everything, and turn itself very hard, stronger than any metal that you can think of. And of course, he has those cool chains that he can control at will, because apparently he's Magneto too. He actually uses magic, not magnetism. So before anybody's like, Lewis, know your comics. I know. He still has internal organs, which is a funny thing, but even if they get destroyed or damaged, they don't really affect him. They just reappear magically. So I don't even know what's the point of having them, just so that he can add to those 450 pounds, I guess. But, you know, he barely uses them. They're semi-functional, but if they go away, it doesn't matter. So what the hell? Whatever, I respect Todd McFarlane, so. He has also decades of military training, so even without that, he's a really good ass kicker. He can fight! It'll be a cool fight between him and Batman. I want to see prep time for Batman to take on a Hellspawn. Do you know also that he has been both God and the devil? And he has fought them too. True story. That's metal. Spawn was ranked number 60 in Wizard Magazine's list of the top 200 comic book characters of all time. He was ranked number 50 in Empire Magazine's list of the 50 greatest comic book characters of all time, so he just made it to that one, but he was still in it. Since lists are cool, IGN also made one, and he was ranked 36th on the top 100 comic book heroes of all time back in 2011. For all of those you who know Spawn, you know that his popularity mainly peaked with the 1997 feature film. Now, that is what made the sales go boom. As a matter of fact, it made the top-selling comic book of May of 1997 after the blockbuster came out. And you guys can add that one to the bank. And if you haven't seen the movie, you should check it out. My man John Leguizamo is in it, and I think it was a pretty well-done movie. Some people didn't like it, but hopefully we're gonna get a new Spawn movie very soon. If you guys want to read more about those stories, please make sure you get the Spawn trade paperbacks, or you can just even find them on Amazon, I think, for very cheap. I think they have a sale recently. They have all of the Origin collection. It's like 20 volumes where you guys can follow up all of these stories that I've just been telling you. But in a nutshell, that is what happened to good old Al Simmons. So what do you guys think about good old Al Simmons? Spawn sleeps with his wife while changing his face and gets her pregnant and sets up the end of the world. Simmons. I think he's a little... wow! But he's a great character nonetheless. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. As per usual, do not forget, guys, you can leave me comments below. Let me know what comic book quickies you would like to see for Season 2 of Comic Book Quickies, which will be coming back this summer of 2017. Until then, don't forget we have other series too that you guys can check out in the meantime. But until then, guys, do not forget to stay awesome. Don't do bad things so you don't go to hell. And geek on, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Here are some videos to keep you guys busy until Comic Book Quickie comes back in the summer. And there's gonna be more videos. So, until then, guys, adios, muchachos.